To turn inward and examine oneself is the foundation of self-cultivation. Turn inward. Look inside one's own heart, foundation of self-cultivation, the basis of moral growth. When people face setbacks, they often blame others. Face setbacks, encounter difficulties, blame others, shift responsibility outward. If one can reflect upon oneself, then one can discover one's own faults. Reflect upon oneself. Engage in self-examination, discover one's own faults, recognize personal mistakes. The ancients said, if your actions fail, look to yourself for the reason. Actions fail, results are not achieved, look to yourself, seek cause within, not outside. These words are profound and serve as lasting guidance. Profound, full of deep wisdom, lasting guidance, timeless teaching. It is easy to blame others, but hard to blame oneself. Easy to blame others, natural tendency to criticize outward, hard to blame oneself, requires humility. Yet only by self-blame can one truly improve. Only by self-blame, self-awareness, truly improve, achieve real progress. I have seen students with poor grades who always blame teachers. Poor grades, weak performance, blame teachers, shift fault outward. This is not self-reflection, but shirking responsibility. Not self-reflection, lacking introspection, shirking responsibility, avoiding accountability. If they can examine themselves and work diligently, they will surely improve. Examine themselves, reflect on faults, work diligently, study with effort. The same applies to conduct in society. Conduct in society, daily interactions, the same applies, same principle. In conflict with others, always first look at your own faults. Conflict with others, disputes and quarrels, look at your own faults, self-criticism. In this way, one can resolve conflicts. Resolve conflicts and disputes in this way, through self-reflection. If you only blame the other, resentment deepens. Only blame the other, externalize fault, resentment deepens, hostility grows. Self-reflection is the way to turn enemies into friends. Self-reflection, looking inward, turn enemies into friends, transform hostility. Governance also requires this principle. Governance, ruling a state requires this principle, must rely on self-reflection. If a ruler faces disorder, he must not only blame the people. Ruler faces disorder, political instability, not only blame, avoid scapegoating. He should first reflect on himself and examine his faults. Reflect on himself, look inward, examine his faults, admit responsibility. If he can do so, the state can be peaceful. Do so, practice self-reflection, state can be peaceful, achieve stability. Within the family, one should also reflect inward. Within the family, household life, reflect inward, self-examination. In marital disputes, if both blame themselves, harmony follows. Marital disputes, quarrels between spouses, harmony follows, peace restored. If both only blame the other, resentment grows. Only blame the other, no self-reflection, resentment grows, conflict worsens. Therefore, from personal life to national affairs, self-reflection is needed. Personal life, individual matters, national affairs, political governance. Self-reflection is truly the way to advance in virtue. Advance in virtue, moral improvement, the way, guiding path. If one examines oneself daily, faults decrease and virtue increases. Examines oneself daily, constant reflection, faults decrease, mistakes lessen. This is why the gentleman can stand firm in the world. Stand firm, maintain moral integrity, gentleman, cultivated person. To reflect inward is not weakness, but true courage. Not weakness, not cowardly, true courage, strength of character. Blaming oneself leads to growth. Blaming others only builds barriers. Leads to growth, promotes progress, builds barriers, creates division. Thus it is said, self-reflection is the way of the wise. Self-reflection, inward turning, way of the wise, path to wisdom.